Buddy, well, my head's cut off. Let me raise you up. I was wanting to talk to everybody today about something that I see a lot on these YouTube channels that do the homestead and stuff, where people are buying these little storage buildings and turn them into a house. I'm gonna hit on different parts of this, but let's start. Be sure if you buy one, what the rules and laws and all that is in the area where you're moving. Because if you try to move in them here in Virginia, they don't want to put power in them. And they have to be on 16-inch centers. The 2x4s and floor joists, everything has to be on 16-inch centers. And there's a lot of codes and stuff that building has to stack up to. Well, in the state of Virginia now, it's got to have 2x6 walls, and it's got to have, I think, 2x10 floor joists. Then you got to have a 2x8 rafter system. So, you got to make sure that when you put that on your property and you're planning on living in it, that it'll pass an inspection. I know you can get a temporary power pole set, and some people do. And, that's okay if that's what you want to do. But, and most of them are kind of small, and they don't have a lot of room in them. Another problem with them is, okay, you go out and you buy, let's say you get a decent size one, $16,000 to $20,000. And maybe it is, up to code with the floor joists and the wall joists and the rafters and stuff. Okay, you got to wire it. And, you got to start and wire it correctly, have it inspected. And then, every time the inspector comes out, it costs money. That's not free. He'll come out and he'll check all your, wiring and stuff like that. Then you have to have certain amount of insulation in the floor, certain amounts in the walls, and certain amounts in the rafters. When you get all that done, you still have to sheetrock them. Okay, you can make them livable, and I mean that's basically it, livable. By the time you do it all, you went from, let's say, 16 to 20,000 in a shed. By the time you ain't got a bathroom in it yet, nothing like that. If you put a bathroom in it, you got to do the plumbing, you still got to do the electrical, everything has to be inspected. There's a big to-do list even with that. Will it get you a quick shelter to keep the wind off of you and the rain off of you? Yes. But a lot of people don't go into thinking about what's it costs to actually make that thing where you can make it. Okay, time you get the sheetrock, the insulation, the wiring, the bathroom, and everything, you're gonna have another $10,000, if not $15,000, into this little small shed. And where you're gonna hit the problem is that's a lot of money to put into a small structure. And if you don't think that they're not getting absorbent prices on them, you're mistaken, because they are. You could take and, come out, build the floor joist and insulate it how you want. And if you got any carpenter skills, you could put that up yourself for about half and have more money. You can make it even bigger and wider, because they're, most of them are, I think wide as they go is 14 foot. And, if you've ever lived in a mobile home, basically that's what you'd be living in it. And I see a lot of people, on YouTube trying it. And as I said, I don't do nothing. I don't come on here and talk a lot unless I put some thought into it. But you could go to, Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever you like to shop, and buy the material for half. You just got to put the labor in it. But now I know a lot of people get in a hurry. I want it now. Well, you're going to pay double what it's worth just before it's set down. And I know they bring it out and set it up. You're paying for convenience, just like stopping at the gas station. You know, candy bar, soda dope, or whatever. It's cheap. It's cheaper at Walmart or Summers than it is at a convenience store, but you're paying for the convenience. But just know, when you get it, you got a ton of work ahead of you. And to be sure to go and inspect all them codes and stuff like that. And, you know, does it have to be set up on, like here, if it's going to be a living shelter, as they call it, you have to go in and pour concrete pads for that building to set on. And then you got to block it. And then it can, you know, it's got to be it's got to be set up kind of like a small house would be. And, you know, you got to make sure all those codes, then, you know, and here's another thing. I don't know how to think about 30 foot or something, as long as they make them. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that's when you're getting into the $30,000 sheds. Okay, time you take and put a bathroom in it, cut you a bedroom out of it or two, you know, you're still going to be in a small space. You can go to a lot of mobile home lots, and, you know, people's forgot about that. You can go to a mobile home lot, and some of them trailers and stuff, time you get 30, 40, $50,000 into one of these little buildings, you could have easily went and bought a mobile home to put up and done the same exact thing. It's got the bathrooms and all already in it. A lot of places is, you know, they're not even letting you live in them. If they find out you're trying to live in them, they'll make you tired. They'll make you move it off the property or remove the fire and stuff from it. You can look on YouTube, you'll see a few that's got, you know, caught living in them, and that's told, no, you can't live in them here. I know a lot of people think, well, if you're homesteading, you can. No, there's rules to homesteading too. But I want to come on here and give you a thought, because right now it's cold here. I'm in Virginia, but it's cold. The other night, night before last it's 17 degrees. Last night it was 20 degrees. Okay, I live in a mobile home, and I went in and I insulated the walls. I have styrofoam insulation in the walls. Then I have the wood over that, and then, you know, it's got the standard stuff on the outside, which is the what do you call it, siding and all that. And I'll tell you, you could tell it got nippy in here. It wasn't freezing or nothing like that. It wasn't nothing like that, but you could tell the temperature had got down. Well, you know, I just want to come on here, and I see a lot of people getting them. And I was up at one of them little lots the other day where they sell those, and he feels like, oh, if I had that, I could live in it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, you're going to be cold, people. And, you know, when you go to figuring, okay, if you don't know enough carpentry skills to build a shed, do you know enough electrician skills to go in and, you know, wire it? Do you know enough sheetrock skills to go in and sheetrock it or whatever you want to do? You know, by the time you pay everybody to come in and finish that shed, you could have probably bought a decent little mobile home and put it on your property, and bigger one. And sometimes you can find used double wides for the same price, you know, around $20,000, and set a double wide up on you. But I know everybody sees these trends on YouTube. Oh, I'll get me a building. I'll get me a building. Well, that's fine. But I've got a building out here as 10 by 24. I built it with sawmill lumber. If you're looking for just a shed, you know, I bought sawmill lumber. I did use 2x4s for the floor joists. Well, I used 2x6s for the floor joists. Put 1-inch boards on top of that, and then, you know, the rafters and stuff is 2x6. And I've got roughly $1,000 in that building. And you sure won't get one of them little buildings, no 10 by 24 for $1,000. And I've got the colored metal on the roof. There ain't no leaks. I'm gonna put windows in it, but I've got windows down here that people has took out and give me, they're not, I mean, they are insulated windows. I found some that, where people would put them in a house, decide they want different windows. I've got them, and that's what I'm going to put in this little shed out here. So you have a lot of natural light, and you'll have, but I'm going to insulate this shed. I'm putting cardboard on the walls, and then I'm going to go and put insulation on there, like styrofoam insulation, and all the where the boards run this way and then run this way. That gap right there is 1 inch thick. I'm gonna put 1 inch styrofoam insulation in it, and then I'm gonna board the inside of it. It won't be the warmest thing or the cold. It'll just be a little more temperature control in those sheds. But I'm gonna put a window in there so when the sun comes up, it comes there and heats it up. And you're out there having to work in it. It'll help you that much. But I didn't want to make a long video this morning. It's the 23rd. And I want to wish everybody a happy Sandy Day. I hope it don't offend nobody, but I don't believe this is Jesus' birthday. And the Bible speaks a lot of, about the tree and stuff like that. And it's just not something that I celebrate right now. If you study your Bible, you can find out that this is not Jesus' birthday. And it says, well, we celebrate it then. It was set up for commercialized. It's been commercialized to death. And there's no tree in my house. There'll be no presents in my house. If you got something to give me, that's fine. I don't care a bit. I'd take it. But, if I know you need something, I'm not going to wait till December to buy it. If you need something December, I'll buy it and help you, help you any way I can. But I'm not going to look at it as a Christmas gift or anything like that. And just, want to touch on that. But happy Sandy Day. If you have any questions about that or you want to do a proper conversation where I can explain to you why I feel the way I do, I'll be more than happy to do that. But I'm going to jump off here. Y'all have a good day. Have a blessed day. Be good to each other. And we'll see you on the next video, okay?